Good night. It is March 26, 2025. It's Wednesday. Here in Sherbrooke, it is currently 1 degree Celsius, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun this morning rose at 6:40 a.m. and it set at 7:07 p.m. That is 12 hours and 27 minutes of sunlight, almost at 12 hours and 30 minutes. The days are getting longer. I'm gonna do this quickly. I'm going to a show. I don't want to go out and socialize with people. And especially going to a show where there will be the temptation of drinking alcohol. I'm not going to drink alcohol, but it's definitely something that would, because I'm not going to do it, but that would immediately alleviate my social anxiety. I'm going to have social anxiety. However, it is important to get used to having social anxiety while I work on it and not try to escape it and avoid it. Because I do want to be around people, because that's important. I have been thinking a lot about Magic the Gathering. And I don't know, it's just weird. Like, I at once really want to just stop ever thinking about that game and just sell all of my cards and be done with it. And also, I don't want to do that. So, I don't know. I'm going to go tomorrow to play Magic the Gathering. Try to play with Underworld Breach one last time before it gets banned next Monday. But I might be coming close to the end. I just don't want to spend any money on it. But even just planning spending money on this game gives me dopamine. Because I'm just like, oh, I can put that card in that card. I can make this deck and all this stuff. And I've been getting some dopamine from that. But I was playing on Magic Arena earlier and just drawing lands when I didn't need lands. And I'm like, there's just better systems out there. But the issue is that nobody plays, as far as I know, at least not in a store like that. Nobody plays Flesh and Blood or Netrunner or any of these games that I think are... I guess it doesn't really matter. I have the choice, but I'm sort of like going along as though I don't have the choice whether or not to think about this. Or do something else, and I'm just thinking like, but I could spend like this much money on this, and then I could get these cards, and then my deck's gonna be better. I'm like, yeah, but I could also spend that money on food, or like music stuff, or just having money, so I don't have to worry as much about not having money. I've just been thinking a lot more about how I don't have control over my thoughts. But I do have control over behavior, and I have control over behavior that is going to lead me to have more thoughts about stuff I don't want to think about. So, if I go onto the internet and look up stuff about Magic the Gathering, well, I'm going to think about it more, which is going to lead me to want to play the game more. And it's a beautiful game, and I love the game, but the problem is that it's just I hate the company, and I hate how expensive it is. And how just this never-ending wheel of consuming. I've got consumption problems, generally speaking. Today, I'm thinking about BC Camplight. I'd heard one of their songs before. I only drink when I'm drunk, which spoke to me as an alcoholic. But I recently, actually yesterday, signed up for Apple Music, which I've never done before. I used to use Spotify, but they do pay out about double, if it's still accurate. Double of what Spotify pays out. So, of course, they're still underpaying artists, but they're literally paying twice as much as Spotify. So I'm trying it out for a month. And I was listening to the Bug Club, and then I just wanted to say, what does Apple Music recommend? And they recommended this band called The Lovely Eggs, which are amazing, and I will be talking about in the future. But then also, I was just scrolling through, and they're recommending some stuff, like, for example, Bodega, which I'm not really much of a fan of Bodega. But then like they're recommending BC Camplight. I'm like, BC Camplight sounds absolutely nothing like the Bug Club. But then I listened to BC Camplight. I listened to the album The Last Rotation of Earth, which is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the title track, the opening track, which is really good. And then I listened to this whole album, and it's fantastic. It's so good. So this song, I believe it's very well composed. I love the piano melody. The lyrics, I don't know, like, this music sort of reminds me of, like, weirder Father John Misty. I mean, it's especially the lyrics that remind me of Father John Misty. Very, like, it's funny, but very, like, self-referential, confessional, but, like, ironic at the same time. I'd say, like, less ironic than Father John Misty, but then again, Father John Misty has written a lot of sincere lyrics as well. But, and especially in their previous record from 2020, which I forgot what it's called, there was some cheese, like some good corniness to some of the songs, which reminds me of Father John Misty. Maybe less now, but like, he definitely had some like ironic schmaltz to some of his songs. I mean, in a good way. I think it really worked out. So, yeah, this album's really weird and theatrical, and it's super, like, it's quite different from what I expected. And it's got some, like, electronic elements, too. Like, some strangely placed synthesizers. Yeah, check it out. It's really good. That's his most recent one. But the one before as well, I'm trying to look at what it was called. I forgot. But I listened to it as well, and it was really good. The one that opens with, I only drink when I'm drunk. And this guy's been around for quite some time. First album in 2005, which I listened to like a couple songs off of. I'm like, it's not really the vibe I was looking for. So much more straightforward. Yeah, shortly after Takeoff from 2020. The song Ghost Hunting is so good. Cemetery Lifestyle has, yeah, some just like 80s pop vibe. It's very strange. But, yeah, check out The Last Rotation of Earth. I love this song also. I mean, the second song of the movie is weird and very good, very theatrical. Sort of reminds me, like, for some reason I got, like, flashes of The Residence. It sounds nothing like The Residence. It's not the same kind of storytelling as The Residence, but the fact that it has this, like, ominous vibe to it, and the fact that it's funny, again, it's not funny in the same way that The Residents are funny, but it's this ominous vibe, and it's like, has this weird narration. Really good. The song I'm Ugly is really good as well. The whole thing. Going Out on a Low Note, which is a great title for the song, is also a very good song. I'll be listening to more BC Camplight, but yeah, I'm going to try to have fun. I think I'll have fun at this show. I'm sort of a bit worried because there's a person who might be working there that I would just rather not interact with. But that's okay. And I am going to be an adult and handle that, hopefully with maturity and empathy. If I'm in that situation. So yeah, I was feeling a little crazy earlier. Now I feel better. I ate some food. I cooked some food. Anyway, I gotta go in like 15 minutes. So it's going to keep getting colder, but not that much colder. At 8 o'clock, it's going to be 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to get to the freezing that we were just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like just really, really, really close to just like brushing by freezing. But then it's going to get to -1, -2 degrees Celsius, and at -1 degree Celsius is 30 degrees Fahrenheit. But we're going to end at -2 degrees Celsius, 28 degrees Fahrenheit at the end of the night, I got some stuff done today. I feel good about that. I'm going to try not to keep obsessing over Magic the Gathering. And hopefully going to the show will be a nice experience and will change my ideas. Everyone, have a great night. Check out BC Camplight.